On day 1, I spawned in as Tony Stark, receiving an award from my city.
Congrats, Mr. Stark. Because you invented the elemental arc reactor, we can use these elements to give infinite power to the world.
Oh, I'm just so proud of you, honey.
Thanks, Pepper. I couldn't have done it without you. An explosion then took place on the other side of the crowd, revealing a large mech. He immediately began blasting the entire area. Who are you?
You don't even remember my name? I am Ultron, an AI that you created, one that you threw away, and you will soon realize why that was a mistake.
He then blasted at me, but I called down my Iron Man suit, protecting me just in time. You just made a mistake. I began to blast at Ultron using my advanced repulsors and blasts, but he fought straight through them. Uh-oh, that's not good. He shot past me, causing the elemental arc reactor to explode. Because of this, the elements began to merge within my suit's core, turning it elemental?
I don't want to kill you yet. You still need to watch this world burn. Humans should have never taken charge here, and soon that will change.
One of Ultron's minions then landed from the sky and took Pepper. No!
And your precious girlfriend will be my first testing subject.
I tried to use my new suit, but I couldn't control it, causing me to go flying through the air. Ah! How do I land this thing?
What a beautiful day!
Watch out! Ah! I'm gonna hurt someone if I don't stop this.
Not on my watch, sir.
I almost forgot that I had my very own assistant built inside of my suit. Jarvis, I need help on controlling this thing now.
First, you must land. I have given you coordinates to the nearest lake.
I looked ahead and saw that the lake was on the other side of a Ferris wheel. And is that loads of people on board? Don't hit it. Come on. I barely missed and landed straight in the water. What happened to me? To my suit?
It seems as though when your elemental reactor exploded, it merged with you.
No kidding. I remember Ultron. I tried to create him to help shield this planet and keep it safe, but he didn't work out, so I threw him away.
That wasn't the brightest decision, sir.
I can see that, Jarvis. I need to find Pepper. He took her, and he's planning something. I walked away from the lake, feeling hurt, just as the air thinned and a heavy snow began to blanket New York City. It was quickly freezing over everything. Then, swinging in and landing right in front of me was Spider-Man.
Hey, you're Iron Man, right? 'Cause I'm gonna need some help.
Help? With what? On day 3, I went with Spider-Man to a street in New York where I saw snowmen all throughout the sidewalks. Wait a minute, are they?
Yep, they are alive! It's crazy!
They were building up snowballs and hurting all the citizens around them.
An explosion happened nearby from that thing, and ever since, weird stuff's been going on with this ice.
I looked over and saw that there was an ice arc reactor, but it's broken? I have to try and fix it. It has to be what's causing all of this. I ran through the streets, still hurt, while the snowmen all around me began to hurl snowballs. Hey, cut it out! Knock it off!
How I love the holidays!
I used my beams to blast down a couple of them, blocking my path. But the others took notice, causing them all to merge, making a large ice beast. On day 4, Spider-Man and I worked together while the beast slammed on the floor with his icy attacks. I still couldn't control most aspects of my suit, but I could still use my basic blasters. And Spider-Man was webbing all around it. With one final web, the beast was trapped, allowing me to blast right through its core, defeating it. I then went up and used my repulsor to shoot right at the reactor, causing it to be fixed. Because of this, the ice element within my suit was now operational, allowing me to shoot out ice beams from my blasters. And I can control my flying again. Hey, Jarvis, do you care to explain what just happened exactly?
Well, sir, when we made the main elemental reactor, Stark Industries had to shoot out 5 other ones throughout the world, each representing its own element. And when the main one was destroyed by Ultron, it looks like so were the other 5.
So, if I find and fix the remaining reactors in the world, my suit can have access to all elements? Maybe that's how I can be strong enough to save Pepper.
Fixing your suit is the first step, but we still must find out what Ultron is up to exactly.
All I care about, Jarvis, is finding Pepper. On day 5, I split up with Spider-Man and flew straight out to my building, Stark Towers. But all of it was destroyed? Ultron must have done this. I guess it's time to build it back up. I went around and used my suit's mining gadgets to collect some blocks around the terrain. With my newly found resources, I was able to build up a foundation of the new and improved Stark Towers. Since I was an expert with tech, I was also able to make my own security cameras around the build.
With these, you can always have your eyes and ears here to make sure it remains safe.
Useful! I went down below the building to its destroyed basement to install another camera. But one of Ultron's robots were there. I blasted it straight towards the wall. You must know where Ultron took Pepper, so you better speak up.
You humans are so blinded by emotion, but more and more, you're getting captured by the day. And when Ultron's mass weapon is finished, none of you will be a problem anymore!
The minion rushed towards me, but I blasted it down. Ultron is capturing more people? That's not good. Upon its death, fell a note saying,
We must find and capture heroes for the final plan. The one who shrinks is located in the nearest jungle.
The one who shrinks? If I can find him, maybe I can find Pepper. On day 6, I flew through the air alongside the nearest jungle until I spotted... What am I looking at?
A destroyed lab facility, from the looks of things.
Did Ultron get here before me?
Hey!
Ah! Who said that? I looked down, only to see a tiny man, but he grew to normal size out of nowhere. What the?
The name's Ant-Man, and as you can see, I can shrink and grow myself and anything that I want.
He walked inside his destroyed lab. What happened here? But as I said that, a very large earthquake erupted through the area.
That.
I followed him deeper in his lab, seeing nothing but broken test tubes. And amongst one of them was a tiny cow?
There's Roger! Look, a bunch of strange earthquakes have been going on around here, causing all my animals to break out. I was able to find where it's coming from, but I need to get the rest of my animals back.
Could it be another arc reactor? Look, if you help me find the rest of your animals, can you show me where the earthquakes are coming from? On day 7, I began to scan the area for Ant-Man's animals, revealing 3 different paths.
It seems as if each animal has left their own prints behind.
I began to follow down one, leading to a very small tiger, then the other, which led to a large ant. I will never get used to this power. And to the final one, which led me to a gigantic rat? Nice, buddy. The rat was not friendly and charged right at me. I didn't want to hurt him though, but he began to shoot poison.
Oh, you found my pet Greg.
This is your pet? The 2 of us worked together in calming Greg down, but it wasn't working.
You have to calm it down so I can shrink him.
I had an idea and began to use my new ice ability on Greg, which froze him in place. This gave Ant-Man enough time to shrink him back down to a normal-sized rat. What a weird power.
I appreciate your help.
Of course, but it's not safe here. Ultron, he's apparently trying to capture you and a lot more people.
Wait, didn't you create him? What were you thinking?
Look, man, I just wanted to protect everyone, to protect Pepper, but it backfired. We then got interrupted by another earthquake. Look, we don't have time for this. Take me to the source of these earthquakes. On day 8, I got brought over to a tiny looking entrance in a hole.
The earthquakes are from deep within there.
Okay, but I'm not fitting in there. Without a second thought, Ant-Man shot at me with one of his powers, shrinking me down tiny. Ah! I looked up, and Ant-Man was huge. What the heck, dude?
Good luck.
Wait. Great. I went through the now large hole as another earthquake took place. Down the way was a long tunnel with nothing but lava on the floor. I'm not fire resistant, right?
Not quite, sir.
Great. I started to fly over the lava as fire shot out. If I get hit by one of those, I'm done for. I was about to get to the end, but one of the fire spouts hit me, causing me to fall. But thankfully, I made it just in time. Okay, too close. I reached a main cave room, and on the far side of it was the Earth arc reactor. That's what's causing the earthquakes. I have to fix it. On days 9 to 10, I made a flight for the reactor, but just before I reached it, an angry Hulk burst through the cave walls. Hulk?
Earthquakes bad! Noise bad!
He began to recklessly smash through the cave and even started to hit the reactor. No! I flew towards him and began to shoot at him with my powers. But since I was tiny, it did nothing. Oh, come on!
Annoying fly!
Ah! Calm down, buddy! The sun's getting real low! But he wasn't calm, and my health was depleting fast. I thought I was done for, but Ant-Man emerged through the cave.
I knew you'd need my help. Catch!
He threw over an item, causing me to grow massive. Oh, yeah! In my upgraded form, I was able to fight and knock the Hulk away easily. He smashed into the wall and turned back into a passed out Bruce Banner. From there, Ant-Man turned me into a normal scale. I went up and used my beam to blast the Earth reactor, fixing it. Because of this, the Earth element within my suit was now online, allowing me to control the Earth around us. This is sick.
Tony? The last thing I remember, I was captured by Ultron, and now I'm here?
Ultron captured you? That means you know exactly where he's keeping all of his prisoners. On days 11 to 12, I brought both Ant-Man and Bruce back to Stark Tower. If Ultron keeps taking people for his plans, it's better if we all stick together for the time being. I got to work building them up their very own rooms inside, including one for Ant-Man and a lab for Bruce.
I'll never reject the offer to use some Stark tech. Thanks, Tony. Speaking of which, if I could get my hands on some of Ultron's tech, I could do some research and see if there's a way we can stop him.
I'll look into it. Following Bruce's directions to Ultron's prison, I flew out of Stark Tower.
Sir, you still have not relaxed since the award ceremony. I can tell how Ultron is getting to you. You must remember, the mission comes first. If we find Miss Potts,
We will find her, and I'll save her, no matter what. I'll figure out everything else after she's safe. It didn't take long for me to reach the exterior of a secured prison, outfitted with all kinds of robotic defenses. Ultron's men.
according to my scans, both Ultron and Miss Potts are inside, and thankfully, I can hack their defenses momentarily.
The prison's defense turrets suddenly turned and shot at his own guards. Nice one! Using this time, I flew in and used my mastery of the earth element to open up a hole to get in the facility. Now to find Pepper. On days 13 to 14, I began to sneak through the underground prison, avoiding any of the guards that were inside.
It is time for our united vision to be fulfilled. That disgusting Tony Stark will see just how capable we are.
Worst creation ever. Whoa! In my surprise, I shot out my ice beam, but the attack bounced off of a shield? Wait, Captain America? What are you doing here?
Cleaning up your mess. Ultron's got tons of innocent people locked up here. We have to get them out.
Agreed. We continued together through the halls until we found a room full of large test tubes. The people in them were unconscious, with tons of wires and strange rods connecting them all.
Not a second to lose.
Cap ran up to force open the first tube. Wait! As he touched it, alarms blared throughout the complex, and in an instant, we were completely surrounded by Ultron's robots. On days 15 to 16, we began to fight back to back, working in unison. The robots were charging in, sparking with electric attacks that nearly stunned us. But with our strength combined, Cap and I made short work of them. Take this! With the room cleared, a large TV screen on the wall flickered on.
I knew you'd show up eventually, Tony. Looking for her.
The camera slowly turned over, showing Pepper in one of the test tubes. No! Let her go!
Then why don't you come get her?
Hold on. We have to get these people out of the tubes first.
I tracked the video feed to a room nearby, sir. You need to decide now if we don't want to lose the signal.
After looking down the hallway, I knew I can't lose her. I darted down the opposite way.
Tony, stop!
Not letting him slow me down, I flew straight towards a set of barred doors that I blasted down. And there was Ultron waiting for me.
Tony, please get me out of here.
Don't worry, I'm not leaving here without you.
Don't lie to her. Enough with the lies.
Why? Why are you doing this? What are you planning with all these people?
Look around you. Don't you see it? I'm planning your demise. Then all humans' demise.
He quickly rushed into attack, and I was barely able to dodge out of the way.
That elemental arc reactor of yours was made to make this world a better place, yes? Well, so was I. And look how I turned out.
Again, faster than I could react, he flew towards me and hit me head on. Ah!
All you do is make the world worse. That's what all humans do. What you've seen around this facility today are the fruits of my labor to implant each and every person with a chip in their brain that, when I'm finished, will allow me to have all humans under my control.
Ultron struck me again while he stood over me, and now I was down to only one heart.
Tony, no!
Pepper! Right before Ultron had the chance to take me down for good, a portal of flame erupted underneath me, pulling me in. On days 19 to 21, I landed in a strange, unfamiliar landscape. Pepper! No! I couldn't save her. Maybe Ultron was right.
We are in unknown territory.
Listening to Jarvis made me realize that I was now in some deep and dark world. I then heard rumbling in the distance. What was that? Below me zoomed by a man on a fiery motorcycle. Hey, where am I? I followed him close behind, but he stopped at a clearing and got off, only to reveal that he was the Ghost Rider. Did you bring me here?
Isn't that obvious? Welcome to the underworld, Iron Man. Look, we don't have much time.
He looked over the clearing, and I saw that there was a large volcano.
The volcano over there is not natural. The word has quickly spread that you decided to place elemental arc reactors through the world.
My company did, yes. Wait, so you're saying an arc reactor is inside of that?
Affirmative, sir. The fire arc reactor is within the deepest portion of the underworld volcano.
I flew up and hovered above the mouth of the volcano. It was a straight shot down. but through layers of lava. Last time I checked, I wasn't lava resistant, right? As I said this, the cavern began to quake again as the volcano rose up higher. Huh?
Listen, if we don't calm this thing down in time, it'll cause this volcano to rise so far up that it will go to the real world and destroy everything.
Well then, time to figure out how to fix this. On days 22 to 26, Ghost Rider led me over to the chamber of an underworld forge.
I have a plan to make your suit fireproof so you can get in that volcano. Now, take off your suit and put it there.
Okay. I had no choice but to trust him and do as he said. Now what?
Hop on.
We hurried to the next chamber to find a large set of doors. He opened them up to reveal a massive maze?
This maze holds a mechanism at its center that will allow ancient lava to flow over your armor, imbuing it with the power to withstand fire.
You're telling me I gotta go through that creepy maze without my suit? Are you insane?
This is the only way.
Well, you could at least give me some help. I was riding through the maze on Ghost Rider's bike. Woohoo! I would drift through the turns, taking jump after jump over pools of lava. After avoiding some obstacles, I was eventually able to make it in the center. Aha! There you are. I cruised into the middle of the maze, where the mechanism awaited me, with one simple lever. Seems easy enough, but as I drove closer, an underworld beast fell down between me and the machine. Oh, come on! On days 27 to 29, the beast charged at me as I maneuvered the bike to avoid his attack. He was relentless and jumped straight up into the air. Thankfully, because of this, I was able to drive under him and hit the lever as I drove past the machine. The old mechanism from there started to whirl to life. Yes! No! I drove out back the way I came through the maze, as the beast was still chasing after me. Come on, just a little further! I barely managed to make it through the entry doors before Ghost Rider shut them again. Okay, the underworld sucks. With that, we were finally able to return to the forge, where my Iron Man suit had been completely upgraded. I put it on, granting me complete immunity to fire. Nice!
It's good to have you back, sir.
Good to be back, Jarvis. Now, the fire arc reactor. As I said this, the whole underworld began to shake again. Oh no. I flew back towards the volcano and saw that it had completely risen through the top of the underworld.
It's in the overworld. We need to hurry.
On days 30 to 32, Ghost Rider and I escaped the underworld through one of the cracks, only to see that the volcano had risen through an entire town. Chunks of molten rock were flying through the air, destroying everything. I gotta stop this thing now. Okay, here goes nothing. I dove directly into the erupting volcano, and my new fireproof suit held against the lava. Once in the core, I finally saw the fire arc reactor, but it was starting to be encased in molten rock. With my ice blasters, I chipped away at the rock until I could see the fire reactor. Now, focusing my energy, I caused the entire thing to be repaired. Because of this, the volcano became stable again as the arc reactor empowered my suit. I gained 5 more hearts, and now my nanotech was able to forge a blade of pure fire. Sweet.
Your fire element is fully operational, sir.
After leaving the now dormant volcano, I saw Ghost Rider parked down below.
I gotta say, that was a close one, but nice job.
All in a day's work. Thanks for the help, by the way.
Someone has to help save humanity. Ultron is getting far too strong.
Oh, sir, it seems someone has let themselves in to Stark Towers.
Then, let's go give them a warm welcome. On days 33 to 35, I made it back to Stark Tower and noticed that Bruce had built up so much more of our home. Okay, but who let themselves in? I turned around to see Captain America. Wait, did you get everyone in the prison out?
Yeah, no thanks to you.
Look, he had Pepper. He still has her. I had to try and save her. As I went to walk away, I was hit from behind.
What you did was selfish. Leaving all those lives just to try and save one? I should have known your selfishness would get the better of you. You've always been the hero that only cares about himself.
You know nothing about me. You want to fight? Fine, let's fight. The two of us charged at one another in our anger.
You're never the hero to make the sacrifice play. You always think you know everything. But look at what your genius mind did with Ultron. Your creation is trying to take over the world.
Captain laid into me, hit after hit, until I flew up above him and was about to charge back. When
enough.
It was Nick Fury, the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. What are you doing here?
While you two argue about egos, Ultron's plans have progressed much farther than S.H.I.E.L.D. has imagined. So stop with the fighting and follow me.
On days 36 to 39, following behind Nick Fury's car, I saw that in the distance was a city in the desert. In it were countless people walking around like robots. No. Did Ultron?
Yes, Stark. He took over this whole city with that mind-controlling chip of his a few days ago, and ever since then, he's been making them build up something big.
He brought me to the roof of a tall building where I saw it. A large machine was being built in the center of the city. So, what's it for?
No clue yet. But if I had to guess, it's all connected to what he's been doing to everyone here. It has to do with his large master plan.
That's when I heard Ultron's voice call out over all of the people.
Keep building. Once we're finished, this city will rise and spread our mission to the whole world at once.
That machine. It's going to put everyone under his control. I have to destroy it. On days 40 to 44, I started quietly moving throughout the city. As I entered one of the buildings, I saw one of the mind control citizens about to enter. I can't be seen by any of them. Using my ice element, I completely froze the entryway to keep them from coming inside. Then I heard more about to come into the other room. So I used my new fire sword to cut an opening in the ceiling above. Okay, this is getting a little risky. Finally, I made it to the center of the city where the machine awaited. I tried to blast into it, but it was no use. My suit, it's doing nothing.
Sir, your elements are not powerful enough to break this material.
Well, I need to do something about that. I looked around and noticed that not too far off was Ultron, and he was talking to some sort of mech next to an airship.
Good work on locating the water arc reactor. Go there now and make sure Tony doesn't get anywhere close. Those elemental powers of his are the only thing we still need to worry about.
They're going to the next reactor? If I can fix the others, then maybe I'll be strong enough to destroy this thing. Jarvis, track that ship. I was following close behind, high up in the air, until, do these clouds seem a little stormy to you? As I said this, my view of the airship was covered by the clouds, and it began to snow. Heavy. I can barely see. I was then struck by lightning. Wah! On days 45 to 47, I crashed into a coastal shoreline. Man, what are the odds of that? Where are we?
We seem to be located on a remote island, sir, and I've lost my connection to the airship.
No, we need to get to that water arc reactor. Fast! I journeyed into the island's jungle until I saw a tribal gateway of a panther. Oh, I think I know exactly where we are. Once I was inside the gate, I flew up and saw the kingdom of Wakanda, but it was all dried up and the lush jungle was dying. What happened here? I flew up closer to the main palace and right towards the throne room. There, the people of Wakanda were gathered, but all looked so weak and parched. At the throne was the Black Panther himself. Hey, long time no see.
Ah, Iron Man, it has been a while, though I wish your visit was welcomed by a better sight.
What happened here? What's happening to Wakanda?
I'll show you.
The Black Panther took me deep within the palace, and there, encased in mysterious metal, was the water arc reactor. Wait, you have the reactor?
Yes, Wakanda promised to keep it safe in exchange for supplying all of Wakanda with infinite water. But recently, the reactor exploded, making our entire kingdom lose all of it. My people are growing weaker by the day.
Don't worry, I'll fix it. I ran up and tried to blast my energy into it, but the metal vault around the whole thing wouldn't allow me to. What the?
Tony, it's no use. We made that vault out of vibranium, the strongest substance in the world. The only way to force it open is with vibranium of your own.
On days 48 to 52, the King of Wakanda led me to a grand temple. What is this place?
This temple holds the vibranium you seek, but in order to retrieve it, you must push past your own flaws and weakness.
Well, good thing I don't have any. Okay, it was a joke. I walked inside of the Vibranium Temple and saw just how ancient it really was. As I moved down the eerie hallway, I heard echoes of voices that sounded familiar.
Selfish!
Huh? Who's there? I continued to move down the hall, but with each step, I felt a strange weight, like I was getting weaker.
You've always been the hero that only cares about himself.
Everything with Ultron is your fault.
I felt so weak. Ah!
You only make the world worse.
No. I barely managed to crawl to my feet as I entered the deepest part of the temple, and there was the vibranium. As I tried to move towards it, an entity made of vibranium floated before me.
You wish to yield this metal? You have yet to prove yourself!
On days 53 to 56, the entity started to attack. I could barely move as all of the voices were still weighing on me. But I tried my best to push past them, hitting the entity with all of my elements.
Why do you want this vibranium? For your suit? Just selfish gain?
No! I need it to...
Enough with the lies!
I was using all of my willpower to push through and keep fighting.
You'd never make a sacrifice.
This world will be so much better off.
Those voices you hear to show what everyone thinks of you. A selfish hero.
He then charged up another attack and was about to defeat me. No! I blasted the entity with my elements a final time, taking him down. This whole time, I just wanted to save Pepper. But everyone's right. Not only does she need saving, but the world does too.
You have shown me your heart. Now go and prove to everyone your selflessness.
The heavy weight of those words lifted from me as I went and picked up the vibranium. It bonded with the nanotech in my suit, giving me vibranium hearts and now allowing me to shoot out rockets. Yeah! On days 57 to 59, I journeyed back to Wakanda. But when I did, something was wrong. Everything was destroyed. Ultron, the airship, they must have come while I was away. Thankfully, as I made it back to the room with the water arc reactor, it was still there in the vault. I used my vibranium missile to break it open and finally blast the reactor. Because of this, the water element in my suit was empowered. I gained 5 more hearts and now could control powerful waves of water. All right. Now, where did everyone go? Looking out of the windows, I saw a path of destruction leading out of the kingdom in the distance. It's time to show some selflessness. On day 60 to 63, I followed the path of destruction, which led me back out to a coastal line. And there was a robotic airship with all of the Wakandians.
Alright, who's next for the implants?
Stay away from them! I leapt in, calling upon my new water elements. The waves slammed into some of the robotic guards, easily destroying them.
Ah, Iron Man. Ultron wants to speak with you. Hello, Tony.
What the? How are you?
I am connected through all my men. Have you not already learned? You can't beat me. Just accept that fact and let me make this world a better place. In my vision.
No, I won't let you do this. I will save Pepper. I'll save everyone. I ran in to attack with my water element, but jumping in the way was Black Panther? Thank goodness you're... Wait.
This world would be a better place without Iron Man.
He jumped in to slash at me. No, he's being controlled. Stop this. This isn't you. Then Ultron's mech ran in to attack as well. I'm outnumbered. On days 64 to 68, we fought along the coastline. Black Panther would ruthlessly pursue me while the mech hit me with his massive fists. Ah!
You, Tony, are a fraud, a joke. Look around. No one is by your side.
But then, flying out of nowhere, the mech was struck by Captain America's shield.
He has me.
Cap? We all began to clash, and with Cap's help, we were starting to put up a fight. He focused on taking down the mech, while I faced off with Black Panther.
Tony!
I looked over, and Cap was being pushed back by the mech. With the use of my new flame blade, I took it down. Yes! Black Panther then leapt at me again, but Cap hit him back with his shield, stopping his attack and knocking his helmet off. We did it! Hey, thanks for the help. Seriously.
We showed up for the mission, not for you.
I wanted to apologize for what happened, but before I could...
You freed me. You have done a great service to Wakanda.
Of course, but your kingdom isn't safe anymore. Not for you or your people. You all can come back with us. On days 69 to 73, I brought everyone back to Stark Tower, where I wasted no time building up the Wakandians their very own tribal homes. I then teamed up with Bruce to build up the remainder of Stark Tower. Finally, it's now up and running. Now, to find a way to stop Ultron. Suddenly, the sky around our base started to rumble with thunder as storm clouds formed above. Whoa! Jarvis, are you seeing this?
Yes, sir, but this is quite unnatural. Could this be?
The lightning arc reactor. Quickly flying up and out of the base, I followed the storm clouds as lightning shot down around me. Then I heard an ear-piercing scream. Who is that? I kept flying as the storm wasn't letting up. But then I saw something. The city Ultron took over was now floating in the air. Oh no, what is happening?
We are almost high enough. Once we get to the right altitude, my machine will spread its influence to cover the world!
That machine! If he can send its signal over the world, he'll be able to control everyone! As I said this, pulses of Ultron's signal started to ring out over the terrain.
All there will be is perfection!
No, I need to stop him, but I'm not strong enough yet. Then, in a beam of colorful light, I saw a green-cloaked figure teleport onto the ground. Wait, Loki? The storm in the sky stopped as I flew down to investigate. What are you doing here?
Oh, thank goodness. Tony, it's Thor. He's gone mad. He's been blinded by his ego, nearly destroying Asgard. I had nowhere else to go.
Wait, what? Why would he do that? And how do I know I can trust you? You are the god of mischief, after all.
Yes, I know. But I'll tell you this. If there's one thing I hate most in this world, it's me not ruling Asgard. And right now, there won't be a place to rule if we don't stop what's happening to Thor.
I looked back towards the city, thinking of Pepper. Just hold on a little longer. I knew I needed the lightning element, so I went with Loki. On days 78 to 80, Loki teleported me into Asgard, but a massive storm was destroying everything. Whoa.
You really think the lightning arc reactor is what's causing this? Now that you mention it, Thor was a little obsessed with it when Stark Industries handed it over.
I can only guess. Time to find him then. I started to fly across the destroyed Rainbow Bridge as the thunderstorm was shooting all around me. Uh-oh! I had to fly in between lightning bolts, trying not to get struck. I looked down just in time to see an Asgardian child trapped under rubble.
My son!
I'm coming! I flew down and used my earth element to destroy the rubble off of him. There you go, little Asgardian man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you!
Don't mention it. Then a bunch of lightning came clashing down on the castle. I think I know where the God of Thunder is. On days 81 to 85, I made it into the throne room of the castle, and there was Thor, standing over the broken lightning reactor. Thor, stop this now!
Iron Man, how dare you speak to me like that? I am the only one worthy enough to have this power, and I can do whatever I want with it!
I could tell the broken reactor had fried his senses, completely making him blind of his morals. Come on, man, don't make me do this.
Ah, is that a challenge? The King of Asgard never backs down from a fight.
Thor attacked with high speeds that I was barely able to dodge. His thunder impacts would send lightning flying around the entire room, but I used my ice element to try and slow him down. Thor, please stop! Trading hit for hit still did not do anything to him, but I was getting low on hearts. What do I do? Wait, the reactor! I flew over to it and began to charge up all of my elemental energy.
No! That power is mine!
As Thor came charging in, I batted him away with my earth element. This gave me the opportunity to blast the lightning reactor, causing it to be fixed. Yes! Because of this, its elemental power flooded into me. I gained 10 more hearts, and with complete control over the lightning elements, I was now completely elemental.
Your elemental suit is 100% operational. Good work, sir.
Thanks for the update, Jarvis.
Wait, Tony? What have I done? I'm so sorry.
It's all right, Thor. The power just went to your head a little bit. Go down there and make sure your people are all right, okay? I have my own world I need to save. On days 86 to 90, I returned to base to see that everyone was safe for now.
Alrighty, Tony. We need some defenses in this place, but I don't know how much of Ultron's signal we can stop without taking out whatever he is using in the city.
That's why we're gonna face him head on.
Tony, that's a death sentence.
Well, what do you always say, Cap? Heroes have to make the sacrifice play?
Well, yeah, but not without a plan.
Oh, I got a plan, all right. Go in guns blazing and take out a few robots along the way. Grab Pepper and kiss Ultron goodbye on the way out.
Sir?
Fine. A little backup would be nice. Gather around. Here's what we're gonna do. On days 91 to 94, all of us made it onto the rising city as we looked out to see an army of Ultron's robots. They're defending the machine. Okay, remember the plan, everyone? Let's crush some robot heads.
Come on, big guy.
Hulk recklessly jumped into battle as Captain America followed. Come on, where's Pepper? Where is she?
That way!
He pointed over to a building where we saw Pepper still trapped in her test tube. Hang on! But as I flew towards the building, a swarm of robots stood in my way. No!
Coming through!
But they were all caught in a web. Wait, Spider-Man? Thanks!
You didn't actually think I was gonna let you save the world without me, did you?
I made it into a building where more robots were working on Pepper's tube. But with my new lightning elements, they were quick work. Pepper!
Tony!
Finally, I was able to get her out, and I wasted no time flying up and away from the floating city.
You saved me. I thought I was done for, and...
It's okay. You're safe. Now, I'll be back, okay?
What? You're going back up there? No, we have to leave. Come on.
I'm sorry, but I can't let this world down. Get away from here, as far away as you can. I have a mission to complete. On days 95 to 99, I made my way back on the city.
I really didn't think you'd come back.
Well, Cap, it seems like everyone really can change, huh?
Oh, you haven't changed a bit.
There, standing above us all, was none other than Ultron himself.
Change is only made in a human when you program it into them. That is what needs to happen to have a perfect world. My perfect world!
You know, I've had enough of you. We all have. It's time I right my wrongs, starting with you.
How dare you! Tear them apart!
More robots rushed in as we all began to fight. My elements were keeping them at bay as Hulk smashed through groups of them. Cap crushed them with ease, and Spider-Man would set them up so Black Panther could cut them down.
No! No! Forget it! All is lost in but a few moments!
Hulk, the machine! In a massive leap, Hulk slammed into it and started to tear it open.
What are you?
I cut Ultron off with my lightning element as it shot right in front of me. This is between you and me. On day 100, I was face to face with Ultron above the floating city as my team started to work on the machine below.
You created me to make the world a better place. That is what I'm doing!
Not like this, Ultron. Only a real human would know that. In his anger, Ultron flew towards me. We fought as my elements clashed with his robotic attacks. But I threw him to the ground with my flame blade and then hovered above him.
Tony!
I looked over at the machine and everyone looked completely lost.
This thing, it doesn't work like we thought. The source of the signal must be...
Me!
Ultron suddenly hit me with a powerful attack that knocked me down to just a few hearts. Ah!
It's always been me! You will never be able to destroy it!
Sir, your remaining power is at 15%.
I have an idea, but you're not gonna like it.
Tony, wait!
In a last-ditch effort, I flew forward and grabbed Ultron as we plummeted towards the ground. Ah! I opened my eyes to see that my effort had destroyed him. Ultron, he's gone. Finally, everyone can be safe. On day 1, I spawned in as Elemental Flash. Because of all of my elements, I never felt so fast before in my life. I looked around at my surroundings and noticed everything was destroyed. What happened here? Just then, my enemy, the Reverse Flash, zoomed in.
Well, if it isn't the Elemental Flash. Using your elements, I shall rewrite reality to ruin your life. All your loved ones, all superheroes will be disposed of.
What? No way! I ran in, and the Reverse Flash and I began to fight. Since we were both speedsters, we were evenly matched. Time itself felt so slow. Our battle was long and intense, but with one strong lightning punch, I was knocked back. Ah! He then pulled out a strange device and began to run circles around me. Oh no, what's happening? In a flash, all of my elements were taken away. I never felt weaker, and I only had 5 hearts. No! I knew since I was weak, I had to run. I tried to run as fast as I could, but noticed I wasn't nearly as fast as I was before.
Soldiers, he must not escape. After him.
On day 2, I was running away as fast as I could. Reverse Flash's soldiers were right behind me, and I knew that I couldn't run like this for long. I was then quickly stopped when I was cut off by a cliff. Oh no, I'm trapped. I turned around and saw the troops not too far away. Knowing I was doomed either way, I jumped. Phew! It wasn't long until I spotted a cave underneath. I know they're still looking for me. I have to take cover. I went inside of it and was able to hear the troops nearby.
You couldn't have gone that far. He ain't that fast anymore.
I kept going and was quickly met with a creepy opening. You know, maybe I'll go back. As I turned around, though, the soldiers spotted me.
You thought you could run?
The soldiers began to shoot at me, and I thought I was surely done for. That's when I saw a dark figure jump in and block the gunshots. Who's that? My vision began to turn blurry, and I slowly passed out. On day 3, I awoke in the middle of a destroyed area. What is this place? I then turned over and saw a man glide from a treetop. Wait, Batman?
That's right, kid. Follow me.
We both walked around the destroyed area. What is this place supposed to be?
This place used to be our base, the Hall of Justice. It's been destroyed by the Reverse Flash's forces. Listen closely, Flash. It's up to you to stop him. No one else can. We're all too slow.
It's up to me? He was able to take my elements without a problem. How am I supposed to defeat him now?
By getting the elements back. I've done research. I know how we can turn you back into the Elemental Flash and stop this madman. You must start by obtaining the Earth element. Take this.
Batman then threw me over an earpiece and a map.
I will communicate to you through this. Now go and retrieve the Earth element, Flash. The world is counting on it.
On day 4, I was out in search of the Earth element.
Up ahead, you should see a bunker. You need to get inside of it.
I saw the entryway and headed inside. That's when I noticed a large, lush cave. The Earth element has to be here. It wasn't long before I came across a lever on a wall. I flipped it, which caused a tiny poison fungus to run out. What the?
Ah, the Flash! You're not welcome here. You need to go.
Not welcome? I hear the Earth element lies within this cave. I need it.
Is that so? Well then, I shall bring you to my evil queen. But be warned, she will not be happy about this.
Your queen? The fungus then walked into the doorway, and I followed. It wasn't long until I was met with an opening that showed an Earth throne. Sitting on it was no other than Poison Ivy herself.
Ha ha ha! If it isn't the Flash.
Queen, I brought you...
Be gone, filthy insect!
The poison fungus looked sad and walked away.
Let me guess. You're here for the Earth element?
I looked over and saw the element itself lying on top of a pillar inside of her room. Listen, I need it. I need to stop.
Who? Reverse Flash? I am working for him. He's promising me great things. And if I kill you, he'll reward me in his new reality.
No! Poison Ivy then began to attack me. She had the power to control the earth around her, as well as pulling up poisonous ruins from below. I did my best and fought back. Her attacks hurt a lot, and without my speed, I had a severe disadvantage. I was about to die when all of a sudden, the poison fungus ran over and picked up the earth element.
Catch!
It threw the element over, which caused my body to change. Green electricity sparked around me. I gained 5 more hearts and now had green marked throughout my suit. I also noticed I felt much faster than before.
You dare betray me?
Oops.
Awesome! I went in and started to fight Poison Ivy. Because of my upgrade, I now had a new ability that allowed me to summon lightning ruins from the earth below.
No. No!
Poison Ivy was defeated, and from it fell out a note. I went over and gave it a read.
Don't worry, sir. We have found Superman and locked him away. He knew too much about the elements and shall meet his fate soon enough.
They have Superman? Oh no, I have to save him. On day 67, I brought the poison fungus back to the Hall of Justice. Thanks for the help back there, but why did you save me?
My queen has always treated me horribly. I don't know why I did, but I'm glad I did it.
Me too. I walked over to Batman, and he was shocked to see the little guy.
We aren't keeping it, are we?
With the help of Batman, we started to build up the Hall of Justice for the three of us. I went out and got enough materials to make myself stone tools, while Batman used his gadgets to build up a new baseline for our home. I came back with my new tools and built up a small starter house for us in the meantime. One day, this will be a new and improved Hall of Justice.
Not without a reliable food supply, it won't.
Good call. I decided to go out and find plants so we can start a farm. As I was venturing out, I ended up finding something much worse. There was a large Blackstone fort. What is this thing? I decided to get a closer look and noticed Reverse Flash's soldiers were there, holding a weird green-looking ore.
With all this kryptonite, men, Superman will never escape our prison.
Prison? I need to find out where it is. If I save Superman, he can help me find the next element. Since I was distracted, I got shot from behind. Ouch! I turned around and saw one of Reverse Flash's soldiers. I felt stunned and couldn't move. What's going on?
My oh my, the Flash. When Reverse Flash gets here, you are done for.
On day 8, I was put inside of a prison. Great. Now what? I tried to see if I could break out, but these blocks weren't breaking. If Reverse Flash gets here, I'm done for.
Great job getting captured, kid.
Look, I don't need your sarcasm right now, okay?
Just listen. With your last element, you've gotten faster. I believe with your new speed, you can
Now phase through blocks.
I can what?
Just trust me. Give it a shot.
I did as Batman told me to. I started to vibrate my entire body extremely fast. This caused lightning to shoot around me continuously. I was then able to walk right through the cage. Whoa, that was awesome.
Every time you get faster, you'll be able to do more and more with your speed.
I can't wait to see what else I can do. I made my way through the fort until I ran inside of a computer room. Maybe I can find something here. I went through one of the computers, and inside of it lied the coordinates of Superman's prison. Stay strong, Supes. I'm coming. On days 9 to 10, I sped my way over to what looked like a kryptonite prison. He's being held here? I made sure to be as quiet as I could be. I didn't want to alert anyone. Eventually, I spotted Superman inside of a holding cell, and he didn't look good. Whoa, Superman? What happened to you?
This kryptonite, it's draining my power.
Hold still, I'll get you out. Just as I was about to free Superman from his cell, I got slammed in the back of my head with something heavy. Hey, watch it. I turned around to see a giant kryptonite guardian.
Intruder.
The Guardian started attacking me. I was able to use my speed to my advantage, but every time I tried to hit it, its shields blocked me. It would shoot out heavy kryptonite attacks, but thankfully, I wasn't Superman, so it didn't hurt me that much. Because of my Earth element, I was able to summon lightning shards from below it, which hit it through its shield, defeating it. Ha! Take that. From there, I ran over to Superman. Come on, buddy. It's time you come home. On days 11 to 12, I brought Superman back home to the Hall of Justice.
Good to have the second strongest hero back.
Yeah. All right. We all know who's the strongest, Bats.
I hope you guys are talking about me. While they were debating, I went over and added more to the Hall of Justice. Outside of it, I added an area that would suit Superman for his journeys up ahead. And done. I hope you like it.
Thank you, Flash. Batman caught me up on your mission. You'll be happy to know I have information on where you can obtain the fire element.
You do? Awesome. Where?
The sun.
The what? I looked up towards the sun. You're joking, right?
You know I don't joke. Now come with me.
Hey, stay away from me. Before I could run, though, Superman picked me up, and we flew through the sky. Put me down! On days 13 to 14, Superman flew us so high that we entered space. Wait, I can't breathe. Wait, why can't I breathe?
You're a superhero, Flash. Your connection to the Speed Force allows you to.
Speed Force? What is that? We kept flying until we reached the sun. This place is hot. I looked up and can see the Earth from here. Okay, stay calm, Fozo. This all feels like some silly dream.
Stay focused. If you want to obtain the fire element, we must travel to the sun's core.
Well, lead the way. Superman brought us over to a magma crevice. We entered it, and it was extremely hot. We traveled extremely far, but eventually we were able to find it, the sun's core.
You must touch the core. Once you do, the fire element will become a part of you.
Sounds easy, but at the same time, deadly enough. I walked up and was about to touch the core when out of nowhere, a giant sun beast fell from above.
Earthlings not allowed.
On days 15 to 16, the sun beast charged at me. It would slam its fists down and launch me in the air. Ah! This thing hurts a lot. With its large size and boulder-like skin, it was able to power through my attacks. I tried to fight back, but alone, I didn't stand a chance. Hey, help would be nice, you know?
Oh, right.
Superman flew in and started to use his powers to help me. I would run throughout the floor and use my lightning to attack it, while Superman took the skies and beamed down on it using his heat vision. Because of our teamwork, the beast was getting overwhelmed. This then caused him to shoot out lava at us. Using my speed, though, I dodged the attacks. Both Superman and I then charged in and attacked him at once. Take this! The Sun Beast kneeled before us.
I admit defeat.
Good. I walked over and absorbed the fire element. I gained 5 more hearts, and my suit began to change as well. I noticed now I was even faster and had a new fire blast ability. Hey, thanks for taking me here, Superman, but please take me back home. On days 17 to 18, Superman and I landed back next to a village. It didn't take long for me to realize that it was being under attack. I ran in and saw that it was Reverse Flash and his men. They were destroying this place. After a second glance, I realized that Batman was there, trying to defend it.
I know you are helping Flash. Where is he?
If you know what's good for you, you back off.
Reverse Flash got aggravated and was about to hurt Batman. No! I ran in just in time.
There you are.
Yeah, I'm right here. If you want me, then come and get me. Using all the speed I have acquired, I ran away, but Reverse Flash was hot on my trail. I knew if I ran for long, he would for sure catch up to me. I have to find a way to lose him. I kept running and was met with an iced over ocean. Because of my new fiery touch, as I was running, the ice below me began to melt. Oh no! The ice cracked and I fell through, quickly submerging inside.
In time, Flash. In time.
On days 19 to 20, I was sinking deep below the surface. Thankfully, I lost Reverse Flash. I swam away and tried to resurface, but because of how fast I was running, I felt so weak. I couldn't even break the ice blocks. I can't hold my breath for too much longer. I was starting to lose hope until a spell magically got casted onto me. I now noticed that I could breathe underwater. What? Who did this?
I did.
I turned around and Aquaman was there, standing before me. Hey, thanks for the save.
Of course. I knew you'd come here, Flash. It was only a matter of time before you came in search of the water element.
Wait, do you know where it is?
Where it is? No. But I know how you can get it. My magical trident.
Wait, your trident can grant me my water ability? Well, what happened to it?
A dangerous sea creature raided my home and stole it from Atlantis.
Without it, I can't properly run my kingdom. Let's make a deal. You go out, find my magical trident, and in return, I will grant you the water element.
Sounds like a deal, Aquaman. Where can I start looking? On days 21 to 23, I was swimming in search of this dangerous sea creature.
Flash, thanks for the save back there.
Of course. I'm just glad you guys are safe.
This creature Aquaman is referring to is no joke. You must be careful, Flash.
Yeah, I will. I swam fast throughout the ocean using my super speed until I was able to find a large opening. Could it be here? As I was looking, a large anglerfish slowly emerged from behind. Uh-oh.
I told you.
The fish swam in and started to fight me. With its giant teeth, it was no joke. I was fast in the ocean, but that did not stop it at all. How does something like this have Aquaman's trident? I tried my best to avoid its bites. I definitely did not want this thing to swallow me.
Correction. I think you want this thing to swallow you.
What?
According to your local radar, the trident seems to be located inside of the beast.
You've got to be kidding me. So, he thought it was a snack? Okay, here goes nothing. I used my super speed, which caused everything to slow down. I then swam directly inside of its mouth. On days 24 to 26, I was inside of the anglerfish. This is so gross. At least I wasn't underwater anymore. So, the trident is supposed to be here. As I was making my way further inside, I noticed it lying on top of a small pile of trash. I ran over to pick it up, but then that's when I realized Aquaman's trident was broken. Oh no. How am I supposed to get the water element now? I picked up the broken trident, even though I knew it was worthless. Using my phasing ability, I was able to phase through the angler's skin and escape its stomach.
There you are, Flash. Did you retrieve my trident?
I'm sorry, Aquaman, but this is your trident. It's destroyed.
No! Not my beloved weapon.
Hey, come back with me to the Hall of Justice. Maybe there we can find a new replacement weapon. Aquaman agreed, and the two of us headed out. On days 27 to 29, I arrived back at base with Aquaman. I could tell he was saddened over the loss of his trident. Because of this, I went out and got enough materials to build him an aquarium to stay at. I made sure to choose the necessary blocks so that he could feel like he's at home.
Wow. This place is amazing. Thank you.
Of course.
Flash, there you are. Looks like you didn't become fish food.
Yeah, not exactly. But now there's no possible way I can get the water element. I feel like all hope is lost.
There's no possible way in this world.
Yeah, that's what I said.
There may be another way for you to get this water element, Flash. Follow me.
Before I could say anything else, he started to run off. Hey, get back here. You know I'm the Flash, right? I could catch up to you. On days 30 to 32, I chased after Batman until we reached... Wait a minute. Is this?
That's right. Say hello to the Batcave.
Oh my goodness. This place is amazing. Anyway, Batman, what's going on?
I've done plenty of research on your speed. There may be a way to find a new water element.
Okay, but how?
In this reality, Aquaman's trident is destroyed, but in another reality...
Whoa. Are you telling me I could travel to different realities? Batman ran over to another part of his base, and I followed after him.
With your increase of speed after the fire element, I believe you're now fast enough. Take this.
He then threw me over an item. What am I supposed to do with this?
It's a portal pickaxe. It'll be your way back home. Now run, Fozo, run!
I did as he said and started to run as fast as I could on his machine. Okay, let's hope this works. On days 33 to 35, I appeared in a regular village. Great. Did it not work? That's when I looked around and things weren't adding up. Why is the sun the moon? And oh my goodness, pig villagers? What are you looking at? Nothing? Oh my goodness. it worked! I looked around my nearby surroundings and saw sheep chickens, cow pigs, chicken sheeps. Oh my goodness, this is so weird. Before I could look anymore, a portal appeared and popped out a few men. Who are you guys?
We are the Dimension Police. You are not allowed here. You must return home now.
No, you don't understand. I need something first. The police didn't listen though and pulled out a gun. They shot at me, but I dodged, causing it to hit one of the pig villagers. He vanished. What the? No, not Porky. Or was that Bacon? I need to go. I ran away as fast as I could, and the police were following me, shooting me from behind. I eventually met an opening and saw the Hall of Justice. Not mine, but a different one. I guess I know exactly where to hide. I ran in and watched as the Dimension Police ran through the area. Phew, that was close. I then heard wings flapping through the air. Is anyone home?
Who are you? And what are you doing here?
On days 36 to 38, I was face to face with Batman? This just keeps getting weirder.
I am Justice, and you are an intruder.
No, wait. But he didn't listen and began to fly around and attack. Just like my Batman, he had a lot of gadgets and used his flight to his advantage. I was fighting back, but at the same time, I didn't want to hurt him. I tried my best to stun him with my Earth ability, but he was able to dodge with his size. Ugh, how is it that you're more annoying being a bat? Please, stop. I'm from another dimension.
Wait, are you serious? Well, what are you doing here?
Look, I had no choice. I'm here because I need Aquaman's trident.
Good luck on that one.
Good luck? Why so? He then flew out of the Hall of Justice and signaled me to follow him. He led me across some water until we reached a large opening that showed an Atlantic temple. Does he live here?
Yep, and be ready, because he is one of our strongest villains yet.
Wait, Aquaman is a villain here? Oh no. On days 39 to 41, Batman and I made our way inside of Aquaman's temple. So how threatening is this guy really?
You noticed how I was the only one in the Justice Hall? It's because this Aquaman has the other heroes as his prisoners.
Well, once I stop him, you can have your friends back. Batman was happy, surprisingly enough, and led me deeper inside. We roamed until we finally found Aquaman's main throne room, where he was sitting there, waiting.
Well, Batman. And it looks like you brought a friend.
The name's Flash, and that trident you're holding, I need it.
I know the Flash. He's a prisoner deep below my kingdom. You are definitely not him.
It's a long story. Now, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Aquaman then stood up and immediately began to attack me. I guess it's the hard way. He used his water abilities on me, and they were extremely powerful. With my speed, though, I was able to dodge a lot of his attacks and catch him off guard. This angered him, causing him to summon a small army of drowned after me. Stay back! I used my Earth ability and took them down. And with my fire ability, I could tell I was weakening him.
No!
And just like that, Aquaman was down for the count. I picked up his trident and felt myself starting to change. I gained 5 more hearts and now had the water element coursing through my suit. Because of my upgrade, I can now shoot myself towards the sky using a water blast. Awesome!
Thank you, weird human Flash. Because of your actions, I can be reunited with my hero friends.
Of course. I'm glad I could help. I then pulled out the Dimension Carver and made a portal for me to go back home. On days 42 to 44, I was through the portal, but I wasn't home. Where am I? I looked around and all I saw were red skies. Is this?
Yes, it is the Speed Force.
You! Why am I here?
Relax, Fozo. This is a part of all of us speedsters. I notice you are making great progress.
That's right, to stop you and your useless mission. Why? Why would you do something like this? Rewrite reality?
Because Flash. My life's goal is to take everything from you. All my life, I've felt second to you. You were the strongest, the fastest, a Flash, a hero, and me, a shadow. Once I rewrite reality, you and your hero friends won't exist, and I will rise to glory. I am almost done. You're fast, but not fast enough.
I will be. You can count on that.
Good luck. If you want the lightning element, you'll have to defeat lightning itself.
What? Just then, I teleported back to the overworld. Lightning itself? What is that supposed to mean? On days 45 to 47, I arrived back home with the water element and a new trident. I think I know exactly who will be getting this. I went over to Aquaman's house, and he was excited to see me. Here you go, pal.
Flash? A new trident? But how?
That's not important, but hopefully now you can run your kingdom properly.
Thank you, Flash. Thank you.
He ran off, and I was then quickly alerted by the sound of dinging? What is that? I ran over, only to see Batman inside of the Hall of Justice. I then noticed that he was watching a video message. Is that?
It's Cyborg. He's in trouble.
If any other hero can hear this, my laboratory is being under attack by Reverse Flash forces. Please help. Help!
Oh no, he needs our help.
We should hurry before it's too late.
On days 48 to 52, Batman and I reached Cyborg's laboratory, but everything looked destroyed? What happened here? Were we too late? Explosions sounded off nearby, and I quickly ran over. I saw a village that was under distress, and it was being attacked by Cyborg. What? What are you doing?
Must destroy village. Reverse Flash's orders.
Flash, it seems as if Reverse Flash put a chip in Cyborg's mind. He's being mind controlled.
Great! I watched as he kept shooting at the innocent villagers. We did nothing to you, you robot freak! Ah! I have to help them. I ran in and hit Cyborg, which made him turn his attention on me. He started to shoot at me with his powerful blasters. Ah! With his futuristic gadgets and tech, he was beating me in combat. I tried to get close, but he would fly in the sky with his jet boots. Ah! Come on! That's when an idea sparked within me. Okay, Flash, let's hope this works. I perfectly timed it and shot myself towards Cyborg with my new water ability. It was a direct hit. Perfect. This caused him to short circuit.
Ouch! I'm back. Ah, thank goodness.
Is it really you?
Yes, I thought I was gonna be mind controlled forever. Reverse Flash is getting out of hand.
You're telling me my only way in stopping him is by finding the lightning element.
You know what? I think I know exactly how I can help you with that.
On days 53 to 56, Batman was repairing the village while I followed Cyborg back to his lab. I watched him as he frantically ran around gathering materials. Do you want to explain to me what you're doing yet, or?
If you want to obtain the lighting element, then you must build the proper machine to catch it.
I'm sorry, did you say catch it? Cyborg then jetted out of his lab. Hey!
Yes, Flash, you heard me right. Meet at a far place called Mountain Thunder Rock. There you will have all your questions answered.
He summoned a portal and teleported out. Well, I guess I'm walking. On days 57 to 59, I sped my way through the world until I reached the bottom of a very tall mountain. I looked up towards it and watched as lightning shot around the entire thing. I think this is the place. I carefully made my way up to the top while lightning kept hitting around me. I finally made it. I looked up and saw Cyborg was waiting there for me.
Took you long enough. Aren't you supposed to be fast?
Yeah. I noticed that he finished building up the last of a machine. So, is this thing supposed to catch lightning or what?
Precisely. This will be your entryway. Step inside.
Entryway to what? I listened to Cyborg's instructions and entered the machine.
I forgot to mention this, but I'm sorry if this stings.
Wait, what? He initiated the machine, causing the lightning to target me inside of it. Bolts after bolt, I was hurting a lot. Oh no! Ow! I looked around on days 60 to 64 and noticed that I was back in the Speed Force. Wait a minute. Defeat lightning itself. Just then, I heard a thunderous noise go off throughout the endless skies. Out of nowhere, a giant lightning dragon landed right in front of me.
A competitor? Here to become one with the lightning, are you?
Yes, I need the lightning element to...
I do not care. If you wish to obtain it, then you must best me in combat. If not, then the lightning will consume your body, and you will die.
The dragon then flew up in the air. Oh no, he flew around me and shot various lightning attacks down onto me. His slashes hurt me a lot. I tried my best to aim at him, but he was just too fast. No, this beast, it's too strong. How am I meant to defeat it by myself? Wait a minute, maybe I don't have to. My speed, rely on my speed. I ran faster and faster. Come on, come on. Just then, I was able to create a duplicate of myself. Whoa, a time remnant. What am I doing here? Listen, no time to explain. I need your help. Yeah, I can see that. The dragon charged in, and the both of us were able to dodge it. With me by my side, we were really putting up a fight. I would use my fire powers, while my time remnant shot it with water. I could tell the dragon was getting overwhelmed. One more should do the trick. I went around and ran faster and faster just to create another one. With the three of us all using different elements, we were able to best the lightning beast.
No!
Awesome! Whoa, good work there, man. Yeah, we rock. We do. Because of the beast's death, I upgraded. I gained 10 hearts and now was back as the fully elemental Flash. I had a new lightning ability, which caused a lightning storm to form around me. Thank you guys. You have no idea how much you've helped me. Of course, it's what heroes do. On days 65 to 68, I returned back to base with Cyborg. I knew that his laboratory was destroyed, so I went out of my way to make sure he had a nice place to call a home of his own.
Thanks, Flash. I appreciate it.
No problem, Cyborg. It's good to have you here. I then used my super speed to finish rebuilding the Hall of Justice. I looked around and was filled with happiness. When I got here, this place was destroyed, but now it's suited for all of us heroes again.
You did it, Flash.
No, I can sense something is wrong.
What do you mean? Just then, the Dimension Police popped in. What the?
Did you forget about us? You violated the laws of dimensions. And for that, you are coming with us.
Oh no! I tried my best to use my new lightning element on them, but they were too quick and were able to dodge it. Before I could do anything else, one of the policemen shot his gun at me, which caused me to teleport. On days 69 to 73, I teleported inside of a cell. Where am I? I looked around and saw one of the police staring me down. Hey, let me out of here!
Shut up and come with me.
The policeman let me out of my cell and brought me over to their main room. What is this place? Whatever it was definitely not Earth. That's when I looked forward and saw an armored man waiting for me.
The name's Dr. Fate. I am the guardian of all dimensions, and I know you stole a trident from one.
Yeah, well, it's because...
Silence! I know of Reverse Flash and his mission. That is why I have sent my men to retrieve you.
Wait, so you're going to help me? Why?
You were a pain to deal with when you went into another reality. If Reverse Flash succeeds in his mission, he can rewrite not only his, but any reality he seeks. That cannot happen.
Then let me go. I have all the elements. I can take them on. Dr. Fate ignored me and started walking over to another room. Hello? Did you not hear me? Then out of nowhere, a vision took place in my mind. Ah! I looked around and saw myself fighting with Reverse Flash. We both had all of our elements, but Reverse Flash, he still defeats me?
You two are evenly matched right now. And if you go back, all faith will be lost.
Then what am I supposed to do?
You must amplify all of your elements at once, Flash. And you only do that by going into the ether.
On days 74 to 79, Dr. Fate brought me over to a long, scary pit.
The road ahead is a dangerous one. If you make it out alive, well done. But if not, then perhaps I'll just go find myself another Flash.
Well, that doesn't sound scary at all. I looked down towards the hole. Where does this lead? Ouch! I looked around and was in a different dimension. Is this the Aether?
Yes. Now go. Obtain the Ether element.
From there, I saw a pillar that held a large, powerful orb. Surrounded by it was a passageway that resembled each of the 4 elements. I made my way forward and stepped on one of the passages. From there, I slowly but surely made it to the center. Once I reached it, something fell off. The entire realm began to shake. Oh no, what's going on? Out of nowhere, a giant Aether Knight dropped down and was activated.
Those who enter the Aether must prove their worth.
Oh no. On days 80 to 86, the knight charged in at me and started to swing its axe. I fought back against it, using all 4 of my elements. This is one fight you shouldn't have picked. I spoke too soon because the knight hit a powerful slam onto me. Ouch! The battle was long and valiant, but I was thankfully turning the tide using my new lightning storm. Each hit, I could tell, was greatly hurting him. I knew what I was fighting for and knew that countless worlds out there were counting on me. I can't let them down. One more time and the knight was officially down for the count. Ha! Take that! I walked up to the orb, and once I touched it, my entire suit began to transform. I gained 5 more hearts, and my red stitching turned white? Awesome! I've never felt faster before in my life. Dr. Fate teleported in and looked proud.
Good work, Fozo. Now go back and save all the realities.
On days 87 to 92, I was teleported back to the Hall of Justice. Man, it's good to be home. I looked around and saw all of my fellow Justice League heroes planning in the hall.
Fozo, you're back. Reverse Flash, he's doing it as we speak. He is running faster than ever, and if he reaches his maximum speed, then he will rewrite reality.
No, we can't let him do that. Just then, the skies all over us turned red. Oh no. Guys, we have to hurry. I ran outside with my fellow heroes and looked around at everything we had built. It's time we finish this, everyone. We have all worked hard in making sure he doesn't win. So we have to push all the way through so we can make it count. We aren't just doing this for us, but for everyone. It's time we fight back. On days 93 to 99, I found a large base that had what looked to be a circular machine. On it was Reverse Flash. He was running faster and faster. We need to hurry, everyone. We were all going to charge in, but were quickly stopped by all of Reverse Flash's men. Great.
Let's make quick work of these punks.
Charge! All of us heroes charged in together. I ran in and used all of my elements to take out groups of them at a time. With my fire element and lightning storm, none of them even stood a chance. Batman used his grappling hook and various gadgets to take down some men as well. And Superman? Well, he's Superman. With all of our combined efforts, Reverse Flash's forces were thinning out.
Go, Flash. Hurry before it's too late. You have to stop this.
You're right. I looked up towards the build and ran out to confront Reverse Flash. I ran in, but he was running too fast. Oh no, I have to stop him. I began to chase after him, faster and faster, until everything turned white. On day 100, I looked around and realized I was inside of the Speed Force with Reverse Flash right in front of me.
Flash, can't you see? It's too late.
No, it isn't. I will stop at nothing to stop you from doing this.
Stop me? Never!
Reverse Flash and I charged into each other. Each of us were using our elemental powers on one another. He was strong and really fast, but now so was I. It's not too late to stop this. You don't have to rewrite reality to have a better life. I can help you.
I will stop at nothing, Flash. Nothing. All your pathetic friends, everyone you care about, will be gone.
I thought back on my entire journey, including all of the friends I made along the way. I had to stop him. I kept fighting, hitting harder and faster than I ever had before.
No! No!
I punched Reverse Flash one last time with my Lightning Slash, which caused his defeat. With him gone, my reality was now safe again.